Well, hello and welcome to 10 with Tom. It's the final mission trip edition, and as you can see, we have made it back and I'm about to crash. I am tired. Woo, what a week. But we've made it back. Tell me and tell everybody else about day 8, the final day of our mission trip, the journey home.
I'm glad we're back home. Not in a bad way towards the trip, just as like you are on every trip. You're glad to be back home.
It was 6 hours of a drive, and I liked it on the way back because honestly the way back always feels shorter. But I feel like everybody was like talking and like having fun together and playing games and stuff. So it kind of felt more of like a trip like together with a group, you know, like with a ton of people. And so it wasn't as boring as like just sitting in the car waiting, twiddling your thumbs, waiting.
We also stopped in Savannah. Yeah, we had some really good pizza.
Yeah.
Or Italian place.
Yeah, we went to an Italian place.
Pizza.
Was that Corleone's?
Yeah.
It was very good.
Everybody gave it a high recommendation. Last week's episode, day 7, I think we talked about parking in Charleston and how easy it was. Day 8, not so much. These guys got to explore Savannah while I drove around in a circle for 3 hours looking for a parking space that never materialized until it was time to pick them up.
I still feel bad about that.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Hey, it happens. But they had a good time, and I got to see a lot of Savannah, all the touristy parts, and a lot of places that weren't so touristy. But it was a good day today, and but it's nice to be home.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the theme for the week was worth it. So the obvious question at the end of a mission trip like this, for you guys, was it worth it?
Definitely.
Yes, 100%.
Okay, tell us why.
We made an impact.
Yeah.
Okay, how so?
In the like the Goodwill workers, we kind of helped them like get rid of some boxes that were full of clothes. We helped them sort it, so like even if it was just like a little bit, we made their job a little bit easier.
If we weren't there, it probably would have taken them 2 to 3 weeks because there weren't a ton of people that I noticed that were working there. And so doing all that stuff with just us focusing on that one thing, I feel like it kind of helped a lot of like them because if we weren't there, then they would have taken a longer time to get that whole walk.
Yeah, I think with us there, how many were there? 9 of us?
Yep.
I think we almost doubled their workforce on that in the warehouse.
That's probably true. Yeah.
So yeah, we got a lot of work done for them.
And especially being focused on one thing and just doing one task instead of like kind of shifting around a little bit of everything. It definitely made a big dent in their workload.
And now that you're back in our sanctuary, compare the size of the sanctuary here to the size of the floor of the Goodwill store.
Honestly, probably about the same. Maybe
The
a little
floor?
smaller.
The floor.
Oh, the floor?
Where the store part of
The
it
store.
was.
The store was big.
The store was a lot bigger than this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
So-
probably the whole church, like in the.
Including like the main
Yeah, whatever
hallway.
that's-
Yeah. I
Yeah,
agree.
it was an enormous store, and so you guys certainly had an impact. And you can imagine how much stuff it takes to fill a store, and this was a store that was definitely filled. So you definitely had an impact there. All right, continuing to look at the whole thing, was it worth it? Was it worth it to you? Is this something that you would want to repeat again, and why or why not?
It was fun. I mean, the only thing was it got a little monotonous when you're trying to do all this sorting stuff, but we found ways definitely to get rid of that. But obviously, there's a multitude of jobs that we could be doing if we go next time.
Right.
The overall experience was just really fun. All the restaurants, seeing everything, having all the fellowship time and stuff at the church, so it was fun.
Also, just to mention in regards to the job, typically with the mission trips, when you go, you actually get split up. So you normally are not working with the people that you bring, but due to COVID regulations and things like that, trying to keep everybody as safe as we can, they did have us work together. So hopefully next year they'll have us kind of split up again, but we'll see.
I want to make lunch for everyone again. I like being
You like
together.
You like making sandwiches for them?
Yeah. I think it was worth it to me because like when we. Not much as like, it was great doing all the work at Goodwill, but I feel like when we got back, there were a ton of people there from different places. Like there was this group from North Carolina, and they were trying to like compete with us to see which state was better.
Obviously,
We won.
we did.
So,
Who
we
has
pulled out the
Disney?
Buc-ee's,
No
okay?
no
We pulled
bias
out
there.
Buc-ee's.
Who has Disney?
Yeah, we have Buc-ee's.
SeaWorld.
These were our two main arguments. We have
Busch
like
Gardens.
almost all the theme parks, and we have Buc-ee's. So like,
Yeah.
It's a
They were
solid
like,
argument.
and
Well,
alligators.
well-
They wanted to buy an alligator. They wanted to know if we could buy alligators.
And it's like, yeah. you
And
can.
plus, we all live in that state.
Yeah, so obviously.
And I do have to mention that I think they were all a little jealous because we have Florida Man.
Yeah.
So, you know about Florida Man. Everybody wants to know, have you met Florida Man? So,
Oh yeah.
how about you, Danny or Gabby? Was it worth it to you? What made it worth it to you? Would you do it again?
I would definitely do it again because I really liked the experience I had working with everyone there. Definitely, mostly it was a fun time.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Yeah,
Mostly.
like during the work, it was still like really hard to like keep up that good mood.
Yeah.
But you guys did an awesome job doing it.
Yeah.
Danny?
Yeah, just like meeting all the people around, like from different states. Like I feel like there was a group from Texas, right? It was kind of cool feeling like, okay, there are other people here, and it's like weird to think about. Okay, well, other people could be doing this somewhere far away, and it's kind of cool how you can like connect with people from across the country in one state, just like connecting through that. It's kind of cool to think about. Oh wow, yeah. Well, I never would have met you before, but we kind of came together here, and so it's kind of a special experience to like meet people that you would have never known before.
It's cool when the body of Christ comes together like that. Kate, this was your first trip as an adult.
Yes.
You have done it as a student before.
Yep.
How was it for you?
It was awesome. It was a really good time. Basically the same kind of schedule, but like I said, we were working together, so it was an awesome opportunity to get to know these guys a lot more and just to work with each other, do devotions together, which was really special. I know we got into deep conversations throughout that, especially at night, so it was a really good time, and I will definitely be going next year.
Yes.
Awesome.
So,
And Will, you've now accomplished the Triple Crown. You have done these as a student, as a staff member, and as an adult staff member at the church.
I've been around a little bit.
Talk about your experience and what makes it worth it to you, because you've now seen it from all angles.
Oh yeah. Just having the opportunity. I mean, group mission trips has their whole philosophy of just creating a place where people can come together, where they can serve a community and create an environment where both youth and adults can grow in their relationship with Christ, and they succeed every year. It's an awesome opportunity to just sit and know people a little bit better, like Daniel was saying, whether it be from our own group or from people from wherever. I actually am good friends now with a guy named Harrison, who's youth pastor of another church, who we were nerding out about a book series, and every time they're posting a new trailer for the TV series that's going to be based off of it, we're texting each other, and it's really funny because we're big nerds like that. But just being able to make those connections, it's priceless. And seeing it from being a student and how impactful it was on my spiritual life growing up, from being able to see it from a staff red shirt perspective, and being able to see, all the people that come and go and are impacted by the camp, and being able to see firsthand our students themselves be impacted by that, it's so worth it.
Good deal. Thank you, Will. Last question I have for you guys. And I don't know if this is as much a question as a challenge. There are parents that are watching. There may be some teenagers watching. Talk to the parents. Talk to the students. Why should a parent send their student on a mission trip? And why should a student go on a mission trip?
All right, first of all, parents, you want to get rid of your kids for a week?
That's simple enough.
Is that what your parents told you?
Oh, they went on vacation.
Nice.
No, I mean, they actually did. They were in
That's
North
awesome.
Carolina. No, but it actually is really, it's a really fun experience for your kid. They'll definitely love it. They make a lot of new friends, meet people who they never thought they would meet, and get work experience. So maybe they'll do more stuff around the house.
Yeah, hard work, guys. It's kind of fun to I feel like for the kids' perspective, most people would probably be opposed to like just going somewhere for a week long just to do fellowship and like
Work.
just to work the whole time. But even though it sounds like it's all work, it's really not. Because especially like you get to meet other people, like we said, and the red shirts are the most fun people that you'll ever meet. And they have like themed dinners, and when you think about it, it's like, okay, this sounds like a lot of work, and I don't want to do a lot of work. But trust me, that's how I felt a little bit. So it was definitely a good experience, and the work part, it's hard, but it's the good outweighs the bad, which there's only a little bit of bad.
So Gabby, Danny, I remember during kind of our pre-trip talks and everything, if there's a youth that's nervous about stepping out of the box, how did you guys feel? Because I remember you guys were a little bit nervous to go on it. How did you feel when you got there and now that you're back?
Good experience.
Yeah.
It's like, I guess I wasn't really looking forward to doing all that work, and it was pretty hard and stuff like that. But then again, we also got to meet new people. We had some pretty good food. So we used to except when we were at the church. Yeah, the church. They made food for us, and that was still really good. But there's days where we went out to go get some food, like dinner, restaurants, and we had pretty good places to eat at. So it's really good. And also, we went out to Charleston and stuff like that to shop and look around. So it's not all work.
Yeah.
Like Danny said, you get to do a lot of fun stuff too.
And even if the work is like unenjoyable or hard, it really gives you a perspective about like how the condition of like the workers that actually work there for 7 days a week full time. But you never know the experience or the impact that you can have on them or the experience that you can give them, because they were so grateful that we helped there. They said we were like the hardest working group and all that, and that they had never had that back wall clear for like 6 months.
Yeah.
Years.
Yeah. Years.
And
Yeah.
I feel like for me it was a little hard because I wasn't really down with the idea of just walking up to a person and being like, "Hi, my name's Danny." Like, I mean, I'm okay with that, but when you're from another state and I've literally never seen your face before, it's a little scary. And I think it kind of helped that we didn't have to work with other people, but I feel like meeting other people, I kind of wanted to work with them because you got to hang out, and it was hard at first to just talk to people, but once you started a conversation, they were all super friendly. I mean, I didn't know what I was thinking, like, oh yeah, they're just gonna be so annoying and like mean to me and stuff, but like they're great people, like amazing, and if they weren't, they wouldn't be coming. So, oh, and I gotta just mention one thing that this has to be mentioned. I'm sorry. We went to Whataburger today. It was great. On our way home, the one in Jacksonville. Will, I've never been to Whataburger before. Will is a Whataburger fan. I'll just say it like that.
I love Whataburger.
And it was amazing, except their milkshake machine was down.
Oh.
That's a giant conspiracy. I doubt any place's milkshake or ice cream machine is
my
actually
goodness.
down.
That was a big problem for me because
It was the only
I
thing
wanted
that
the
knocked
chocolate
it
shake.
off her rating. It was that, and it was
Yeah.
too cold in there, right?
it was freezing.
It was hot outside.
But the burgers were like this big. Oh my gosh, I recommend it 100%. So good.
Well, I feel like we're doing commercials.
Yeah.
For real.
I found a Crunch Bar in the parking
I
lot.
was just gonna mention that.
So I found a Crunch Bar in the parking lot.
It's very melted. And
Yeah,
gross.
melted. So I
Liquid.
decided to freeze it in my freezer, and I was going to give it to someone here. I don't know. Anyways, but
Yeah,
I
once it's
never,
open, you're gonna go to
it never came out of my freezer. Huh?
It wasn't open.
Is it still in your freezer? You ate it?
No.
I
Alright,
would.
well-
The package was completely sealed, so like.
We would have been fine, right?
No, wait. I'm going to put it in my freezer.
Yeah.
You haven't.
I'm going.
You haven't.
Going to put it in my
All right,
freezer.
all right,
Hang
all
on
right.
a minute.
Um,
We just got back.
we are way over, but I want to thank you guys for sharing your experiences. Obviously, there's so much more we can talk about. We haven't even gotten to the spiritual impact it has had on our lives. But I also want to give a shout out to Sydney and to Lindsay and to Peyton, who were a part of this trip. They were already gone, but we enjoyed having them with us as well. And if you have any questions that you'd like to ask any of these guys about trip specifics and how it impacted them spiritually, feel free to let us know. We'll pass that on and get the answers back to you. We'll be going back to a regular 10 with Tom next week, not the 15 or 16-minute version, as we're beeping saying that we are way over. But if you've got questions, let us know. We would love for you to be a part of our team next year, and we'll be announcing where that's going to be over the next few days, and hope that you'll be able to participate with us, because mission trips really do change our lives. And so thank this crew for stepping up and being bold this year, and we look forward to having you guys with us next year. So have a great day, have a great week, and we'll see you next Tuesday on 10 with Tom.
Bye-bye.
Bye. As Tom works his way around.
Yep.
Bye.
Everybody wave one more time.